The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said to Germany's Scholz in Berlin, "We have no debt to Israel. Those with debts cannot speak freely. We did not go through the Holocaust." Shortly after, Germany responded with calling Turkey's comments as scandalous. This is the way Erdogan departed the scene after commenting on this political controversy.
Good evening, night.
Follow for more impartial journalism. Israelis are marching in the hundreds of thousands from Tel Aviv towards Jerusalem, calling for the immediate release of the 240 hostages that are held by Hamas inside Gaza. It's important to note that over 10 Israeli and US hostages have been released by intermediary efforts taken by Qatar, Egypt, and the US, and that since the last release of the last hostage, over 8,000 Palestinian civilians have been killed. The Israeli Defense Forces just released that 6 more of its soldiers were killed today in Gaza. What the IDF failed to mention was information regarding the number of civilians killed due to the Israeli bombardment and its displacement of the 6 civilians from the Alshifa hospital, where over 300 civilians were killed today in Gaza. The Belgian Foreign Ministry has called for an immediate ceasefire to take place in Gaza. Caroline Hunes, a Belgian minister, said that Belgium's position has been clear on its demands for the ceasefire and for the release of the Israeli hostages, further stating that the International Criminal Court must be supported for accountability regarding the tragic events taking place in Gaza. Netanyahu learns from Assad's precision. 4 holy mosques have been completely destroyed by the IDF since early morning. The bombardment was not only limited to the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza. The ongoing Israeli aggression and the flattening process of the landscape since the tragic October 7 events has resulted with 76 mosques being completely destroyed. A partly owned Israeli cargo ship has been seized today in the Red Sea by the Iranian-backed Yemeni Houthis. The Israeli Channel 12 stated that luckily there were no Israelis on board. The IDF then stated that the hijacking of the cargo ship is a very dangerous global event. It's important to note that this follows yesterday's announcement of Iran stating that its Hezbollah front is now at war with Israel. The Iranian Supreme Leader has just stated that Israel has failed in destroying Hamas after 40 days of war. This announcement comes after his Houthi-backed Yemeni proxies hijacked an Israeli cargo ship in the Red Sea. Khomeini has many warlords at his disposal, Nasrallah in Lebanon and Assad in Syria, all whom have participated in killing over 2 million Syrian civilians during the past 12 years. China has just announced that the international community must take immediate measures in order to end the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi further added that China fully supports a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. These statements come after China's hosting of a meeting with dozens of Arab and Muslim ministers in its capital, Beijing. The King of Jordan has reconfirmed his country's calls for the war to stop in Gaza. Meeting with his European counterpart, Josep Borrell, Jordan called for immediate and explanatory measures in stopping the war, bringing in humanitarian aid, and in the removal of the blockade. This also happened to align with China's breaking announcement earlier this morning, where its foreign minister, Wang Yi, announced China's full support towards the two-state solution. Follow for more impartial journalism.